Well, what an anticlimactic end to a thrilling game, and lots of things to discuss, especially with the way how Rishabh Pant batted, and well, it didn't work out well for him. So let's just wait till we get our guests in. So quite a questionable way of approaching the innings from Rishabh Pant, but I'm sure that Kaustubh presenting RCB, he's just sent a request. So welcome to the post-match show of the Third Man Cricket Show, and what a game it was from both the teams. And as you can see, KB sir finally smiling, and it got nervy in the end, just like the last game that we saw. So happy with the win, Kaustubh?
Yeah, definitely. And looking at Mohammad Siraj bowling those Yorkers, it was very satisfying. Not only Mohammad Siraj, but also Harshal Patel. The execution was on par. And apart from that one full toss that he bowled, Mohammad Siraj bowled really well. And I'm really happy.
Really,
This was
certainly, and
not the win that that came to us because of bat. It was because of the bowling. So yeah, really glad.
exactly, and that is what you get from an RCB team this season. And Delhi Capitals, hard luck, Ajay. Nearly got it there in the end, but a very questionable kind of innings from your captain Rishabh Pant, and it was pretty unusual to see him. So let's just dive right into the main key talking point, the approach that Rishabh Pant took in that second innings. What do you make of that innings, Ajay, as a Delhi Capitals fan? Do you believe that it was an ideal innings, or do you think that he miscalculated at the end?
I think he kind of miscalculated in the end, to be honest. I mean, can't be too harsh on him because wickets kept falling at the other end. They couldn't stitch out a long partnership. Rishabh Pant and Stoinis had a bit of a partnership, but it was not a substantial partnership where Rishabh Pant was would able to place free flowing strokes. Yeah, so Hitmaier came at the end and he played some amazing shots, and that's the reason why we were in the game. So I think Rishabh Pant should have tried to be a little more positive a couple of overs before as well. So we just lost by one run, bro. One run, yeah.
Certainly. And speaking about unusual things, in the first innings, we saw Marcus Stoinis bowling the last over to AB de Villiers, and at the end, it proved out to be the turning point of the game. So, Vansh here rightly pointed out that last Stoinis over was going to hurt Delhi big time, and it certainly did. So, Kaustubh, I think, is lagging. I'm not sure if you can hear this. So, let's just ask Ajay here. What do you make of that
Yeah.
decision to bowl Marcus Stoinis at the end? Do you think that that was a captaincy blunder by Rishabh Pant? Because we have seen him doing this kind of decision in the previous matches also. We saw him giving the ball to someone like Chris Wokes at the death, and it didn't pay off well. So what are your thoughts on that last over in the first innings? Do you think it was the deciding factor in this game?
Yes, absolutely. So I was really surprised to see Stoinis bowling the last over. If he was bowling the 17th or 18th over, and he would have, see, you cannot bring in a spinner. Amit Mishra bowled only 3 overs. You cannot bring in a spinner when AB de Villiers is on the crease. So yeah, Stoinis would have been an option, but he should have bowled a couple of overs ahead of the 20th over, not the 20th over when ABD is just looking to hit every ball out of the park. So yeah. So he should have bowled the 17th, and maybe Avesh Khan and Rabada could have finished it off.
Certainly, and we will get to the first innings, but let us talk about the main man. I think Omkar here rightly is feeling bad for Shimron Hitmaier. I think he has done a splendid job. Let's just see, Kaustubh has requested to join. Yeah. So let's talk about Shimron Hitmaier. I think that was a splendid innings, and he deserves a bit of a support from Rishabh Pant from the other end, but it wasn't to be. But really positive signs going forward for Delhi Capitals. That innings from Shimron Hetmaier really gives that solidity at the end of finishing the innings. So my question here is, one of the members in our group actually pointed out that innings from Shimron Hetmaier deserves to be a talking point. And do you feel that he should be batting higher up the order, maybe in the top four for that time, for that reckon? What do you make of that situation for Delhi?
So basically, right now the batting order looks perfect. It's just that Rishabh Pant wasn't able to maybe connect. I don't know, like he was connecting a couple of balls well, but it went straight to the fielders. And he was not finding those gaps, which he usually does. So I really feel the batting order, there's not much change to be done because Stoinis, Hitmaier, they can come and they can bludgeon the ball at any point of time. Hitmaier was somebody who had to chip in a bit, who had to come to form, and rightly so at the right time. Yeah, we lost this match, but still, it is certainly a very positive for us that he chipped in with some runs and he's in form right now. So in the future matches, it's going to be really helpful for us.
Well, we already got some interesting comments coming in, and it is targeted to KB sir only. I think many people are commenting
Can
about.
you stop calling me sir like that? What is that all about?
I saw one comment saying that RCB is back and also.
Stop looking at comments. Just read the questions, man.
Well,
Don't do this, man. Like that.
Let's be easy on you. So let's talk about RCB. So let's go to the first innings. Glenn Maxwell, he started off the season really well, but in the last few games he has not looked himself, and we have seen that happening in 2014 also when he played that season for Punjab. He had a splendid start to the season in the UAE, but as the tournament progressed to India, he could not carry that form. So similar kind of a trend going on for Glenn Maxwell. So as an RCB fan, Kaustup, are you worried about your big money buys, current form that he's currently in? What do you make of this situation?
No, I think he's playing pretty well. There were few balls that he connected really good. They came out of middle. I think most of the people or most of the batsmen take Amit Mishra for granted because he has the habit to toss up the balls and he tries to entice the batsman to hit him. So I think it's more about the bowler and the way he got out, because Amit Mishra is someone like really tempting bowler. Most of the people looking at live, think, यार साला मैं होता तो मैं भी मार देता, but that's his speciality. He tricks you. He calls you into his web. He's like a spider. He tries to get into you.
Sure.
And there is a reason that he's highest wicket taker. I think third or fourth.
I think the best thing about this particular win was RCB actually won because of their death bowling, and this was not evident in the previous seasons. And their bowling was the main reason for their downfall in the season. So it is really a promising signs for RCB going forward, because this kind of a win actually will boost their morale. So really a big win for Bangalore. Let's talk about Delhi here. Ajay is a bit dejected, and he rightly should be. I think they won a close game against Sunrisers a couple of days ago, but they lost a close one. So cricket is a great leveler. We could just accept the fact that. Let's talk about Hyderabad. Couple of cameos, but not enough to get the win. So we saw Prithvi Shaw at the top of the order playing those beautiful shots, and it looked like it could have been his day, but he could not carry on to the start. And also similarly, even Marcus Stoinis got off to a great start, but he could not carry on. So do you think that this inconsistency of making a big score will actually haunt Delhi going forward? Because even Steve Smith is not able to pile on to his form currently, because we have seen Steve Smith to be a consistent player in that top order, but it is not working out well for him in this particular Delhi side. So what do you think about the batting woes that the Delhi Capitals are currently facing since that Rajasthan Royals game?
Yeah, so basically, if you look at today's match, apart from Shikhar Dhawan and Steve Smith, everybody else got a good start. It's just about capitalizing on it and seeing it through. So we cannot be too harsh on Rishabh Pant as well, because as we said that there weren't much of players was supporting him. So Hitmaier came and he was in his zone today and he connected very well, and so that's the reason why we had a very close match today. So batting has to be a little more consistent, is what I feel. Somebody like Shikhar Dhawan and Steve Smith should take a little bit of responsibility, and so I'm not saying that they have played a rash shot and got out, but still they should try to kind of bat and take the team forward. So see, others are like kind of not very experienced when it comes to international cricket. So if you see Prithvi Shaw, Rishabh Pant, so they have just started playing a couple of years back. But if you see Steve Smith and Gabbar, who have been playing international cricket for like 6-7 years now, and then so one of them should take the responsibility and kind of bat through the innings and allow others to build their innings and play their natural game.
Certainly, and even though this was a heartbreaking loss, there were a couple of positives from the bowling aspect, and we saw Avesh Khan and Ishant Sharma turning back the clocks to the old times. We'll be talking about that more, but let us take the one question here from Anurag71, and that is a very interesting one, which even I wanted to ask Kaustup here. Rajat Patidar, should he be a fixed number 3 for RCB going forward? Because we have seen RCB experimenting with that number 3. We saw Washington Sundar batting in at number 3 in the last game, but now once again we see Patidar making his way at number 3. So, do you think that he is going to be a long-term prospect for RCB at number 3? He had a good game today with the bat.
Yeah, definitely. He should be given more consistent chances. After the auction was over, and just like every other fan, when we are making 11, the ideal 11 for any team, I think that was my ideal 11 that played today. Apart from that, I think there was just one change. I would have played Mohammad Azharuddin instead of Patidar, but I think Patidar, looking at him today, I think he should be given a consistent opportunity. Yeah.
Certainly. And
yeah,
go ahead.
I also would like to make a point, right? So yeah, I think Virat Kohli should give consistent batting to his players. Like, he cannot keep changing the batting order. Like, so that is something which he has to learn from MS, is what I really feel. If you look at the Chennai Super Kings, like Gaikwad, who had a terrible start of the season, like he didn't perform the starting 2-3 matches, but if it was Virat Kohli, he would have been dropped from the team for sure. So Dhoni backed him and he scored well in his fourth match, and even in the last match he had a good start. So backing players is a must. Yeah, you cannot keep changing and then expect people to just perform on the given day. Everybody is not Virat Kohli.
Certainly, everybody.
Yeah, I agree to that. But Ajay, just tell me one thing. Why is it so that Rishabh Pant batted at number 3 last match and batted at number 4 today? I mean,
yeah, exactly. I was going to ask this.
Is that the consistency?
No. See, last match, we have already discussed this. So last match, Delhi had a good start. They were 80 for no loss at the end of 10 overs. So that's the reason why Rishabh Pant had to just promote himself so that he can play a little more freely and stuff. And then immediately after the first wicket, the second wicket also fell. Prithvi Shaw also got out. So this time it was Gabbar got out very soon. So as we rightly discussed on the show, Steve should come in at number 3 to anchor the innings. So that's how. I think that's the plan the management also has. So I think they are going ahead with that. But if a wicket falls in the first 10 or 6 overs, then Steve Smith comes in, or if they have a good start and they feel like they need a push, then I think Rishabh Pant comes in at 3. It's what I feel like.
But Ajay,
so after a good start, the best batsman from Australia is not good enough for you.
Not certainly. So it's like Rishabh Pant coming in and you all know that the positive impact he can bring in. So
I'm just pulling your leg, Ajay. It's okay. I understand.
No, absolutely. See, it's a good question you have asked. Thank
you, sir.
So he can play a little more freely. So there's no need of fearing of losing his wicket or something. He can just play his natural game, and if he connects, we all know that at the end of the day, what type of innings Rishabh Pant can play. So I think that's the thing. That is what the management is also thinking about. Is what I feel. So it's what I can make it.
Certainly, and so far I think it has been a great discussion going forward, and I think Kaustup is just making my job a bit easier of anchoring this thing. Ajay, actually I wanted to ask both of you this particular question because it is actually looking like a trend since last season, because we have seen that KL Rahul has also changed his approach batting at the top of the order. We have seen KL Rahul in the past, he has been an attacking batsman and a fearless kind of an approach that he takes every time. But since getting that captaincy, he has actually become a much more responsible batsman, and that is actually not working in his favor in terms of strike rate and everything. So currently it is also looking the same way for Rishabh Pant. So is that actually a trend? Maybe the captaincy adds on a bit of a burden for these players. So what are your thoughts on this? I would like both of you to answer this. So firstly, Ajay, if you could just enlighten me with your thoughts on this particular issue.
Yes, absolutely. So if you would have noticed, when MS Dhoni becomes the captain, we all knew MS Dhoni before as captain and before captain. So when MS Dhoni became the captain, I really remember him playing those singles, those 50 which is scores, runner ball 50, 55, only 60 balls 50, so a strike rate of 90 or something. And I used to think, isko kya ho gaya? So before that, when he scores 50, he used to score at a strike rate of 120, 110, 120. His strike rate always used to be 100. So I really feel captaincy, I wouldn't say the pressure, but the sense of responsibility. So you are the captain and you need to lead from the front. And if you don't score runs and if you don't contribute to the team, then there will be a lot of talk about your captaincy, about your batting performance, and you don't feel confident in leading your team. So that is where I think the players need to strike a balance. Rishabh Pant should know that he is not somebody who plays this type of cricket. Like he doesn't score 50 of 45 deliveries. He's somebody who plays at a very good pace, who's positive. I think he needs to have that kind of. He needs to strike a balance between his captaincy and the way he has to bat.
Certainly, and very
I think his
interesting.
captaincy.
Yeah, go ahead. Ajay.
No. So his captaincy should not hinder in his batting. When he steps out to bat, he is a complete batsman, and he has to think and he has to play a positive innings.
Certainly, and this is actually going to be a key topic going forward. So I would really like everyone to keep on commenting your thoughts on this particular move as well, because it could be actually a thing for India also. If suppose any youngster is given a burden of captaincy, say, then should it hinder his batting approach? So that is going to be a key talking point. So Kaustubh, would you like to comment on this? Yeah.
Yeah, I think I disagree with Ajay. I think it's not about captaincy. I think the situation demanded Rishabh Pant to play, more consciously. As we can see, the Hetmyer came in and he started thrashing. So if maybe a more of a single or double guy like Steve Smith or someone else like Pujara, he's not playing IPL, but if that kind of a player was there on the pitch, I think Rishabh Pant would have started thrashing. So I think it was more of a situation, and I think he has played maturely. And suppose if he had played a rough shot and he had gotten out, we would be having a different discussion, like why he's not taking responsibility, why he's playing so rashly. I think it was more about situation. Like Rishabh Pant has matured as a player, and given that the captaincy, he understood what the situation is, and he had to play a runner ball because the batsman at the other end was hitting very well, and he scored half century. And if you see, it was merely about a run. They lost by a margin of 1 run. So had he contacted the last ball and had it gone for the 6, we would be having a different discussion. Like what a fabulous innings Rishabh Pant played. It was a master stroke. It was Dhoni-esque, like taking singles and doubles, anchoring the innings, and finishing the job in the end. So I think, yeah, I feel they are coming a little hard on Rishabh Pant.
No, I was not talking about this innings alone. So if you see, one thing which I have noticed about Rishabh Pant is he has become more responsible after becoming captain. He has been more matured in his innings. But the other thing which I kind of felt is, see, one thing is, as rightly said, Kaustubh rightly said, he was losing out on partners and he had to play the sensible innings. And at that moment, if he played a rash shot and if he had gotten out, then exactly we would have had a different discussion about his way of the way of approach. But having said that, I kind of felt that he's not playing his natural game from the past 2-3 innings that he is coming to bat. So he's trying to be a little more cautious. So that's where I kind of feel that he should be just be free and just express himself. And then, so before he was not. I cannot be too harsh on Rishabh Pant because he has played some amazing innings for India as well. So before that, if you see, he swings from the first ball and he has gotten out many times as well. So he has matured as a player, and also this captaincy has made him a little more matured, and he has been very calculative in his innings and stuff. But I kind of feel somewhere that is not a captaincy, but he's kind of changed his approach towards his batting, and that shouldn't be there, is what I feel.
Certainly, and it looks like both of you have got your analyst cap on. You have been spot on with all of your views, because this has actually been a very productive discussion going. But since we have a limited time, we have to go forward with talking about the present as well. So let's talk about the next game for both the teams. Delhi Capitals, they have no respite after this, so they are going to play on Thursday, which is actually going to be a double header. It is very unusual to have a double header on a weekday. So Delhi Capitals, I think they are going to face Kolkata Knight Riders, who are actually pretty high after that victory against Punjab Kings. So Ajay, your thoughts on your opponents, Kolkata Knight Riders? They are actually riding high after that particular win against Punjab Kings. So would you like to see any changes? And I saw a couple of comments mainly from Omkar talking about the form of Kagiso Rabada, because we have been talking about that over the past week, and it may have not been he may have not been an impactful bowler in this particular match, but he did well at the death also. So do you believe that someone like Henrik Nokia should make his way into the 11 by replacing maybe Kagiso Rabada, or even Marcus Stoinis for that matter? So what are your thoughts on the next match?
I feel they should go with the same 11 for the next match and see couple of matches, like how it turns out. And even then, if Rabada is not performing, or maybe then you should try and give a chance to Antrick Nokia, because he's also a very quality bowler, and this duo has been very successful in the last season. So so Stoinis has also batted a little decently this time. So he hasn't been into runs in this tournament, and like kind of was happy to see that he was into I mean, he contributed a little bit to in this case, but he could have gone through and maybe see the team through. So I feel there wouldn't be much of changes, and they will go with the same team.
Certainly, and that is going to be the key talking point for Delhi Capitals, because they don't have enough time to turn it around. So they need to back what they currently have. So I hope it all works out for Delhi in that game against KKR. It's going to be a big one. Let's talk about RCB here. They are going to play on the next day, on Friday. They got 2 days gap, and they should relax after this win. It was a splendid win, and they are going to face a struggling side, Punjab Kings at Ahmedabad. So we already got comments here. Sagar is saying that if KB is the analyst on Friday, then RCB are surely going to win. So you are the good luck charm for RCB, Kaustubh. So are you confident about another 2 points on Friday against Punjab Kings, and do you possibly see any changes in that match?
No. To be honest, I don't see any changes. I think this is the perfect 11 that we should be playing. I think this is the best version of ours. And if Rajat Patidar does not, perform in next 2-3 matches, maybe Mohammad Azharuddin should be given a chance, and the rest, and we should give rest to ABD's back. I mean, the old man has been keeping for a long time. I mean, we all know he does not like keeping. So I think he deserves some rest for the keeping. And apart from that, talking about Punjab Kings, I think definitely they are struggling, and they should be grateful to us for a lot of things like players, the jerseys, the merchandise. So yeah, they should. We owe them they owe us the 2 points, and we'll definitely get them on Friday.
Well, that is the confident Kaustubh, the vintage Kaustubh that we all know. And we've already got a couple of comments coming in, but since we are limited, let's just take 1 or 2 comments. So, very interesting thought here shared by Omkar. He says that because of that unusual sandstorm in the mid innings, it was unusual and nobody predicted that. So, it may have even helped RCB in the second innings, because that actually negated the dew factor. So, that's actually worked in their favor. And we got comment here from Tanish Gulati. He's saying that did Delhi miss Shreyas Iyer, the batsman, today in the second innings? And I also had one comment which I just forgot to highlight. It said that did Delhi actually miss the experience of Ravichandran Ashwin in the middle overs with the ball? So Ajay, just one last question to you, highlighting these 2 questions. So did Delhi miss the 2 experienced player in Shreyas Iyer and Ashwin in this particular match?
Shreyas Iyer is a big loss, not just for this match, for the entire tournament. Like, he has been a very successful captain, and he has contributed to the team's success in a very largeable scale. So even last time under his captaincy, we reached the finals, and we couldn't just get through that one hurdle. So yeah, losing Shreyas Iyer is a big loss. There's no doubt about it. Ravichandran Ashwin, I think Akshar Patel and Amit Mishra did a good job. So to be really honest, we did not miss Ravi Ashwin in this match. But if he doesn't come back, and if he has already said goodbye to IPL 2021, then it is going to be a big loss for Delhi Capitals, as the matches there's many number of matches being played on the pitches. The pitches will tend to get slow and low. So Ravichandran Ashwin come in will become a very good handy player at some point of time. So now it is fine, but in the future I think we'll surely miss him if he's not back.
Certainly. And last question to Kaustubh here before we wrap up. Your star Bangalore performer for this win in the second innings, because there were lots of players who actually stepped up with the ball. But if you had to name one player who was actually the impact player for RCB's win, so who would that be?
I think definitely AB de Villiers. I mean, that was a sort of a, that everybody saw that coming. I mean, when was the last time that RCB was in a fix or in a ditch and ABD did not perform? That's what he does. I mean, ABD, he really deserves the name Superman. And yeah, He is the best thing that happened to us after Kohli.
Certainly, and age is just a number, and that has been proven by AB de Villiers and even Chris Gayle for all these years. So we hopefully that these two players can actually help both the teams to have a great season, and they have certainly been impactful players. So gentlemen, Ajay, Kaustup, you have been wonderful tonight, and hope you both had a great time watching the game. And before we wrap up, there is another important announcement that we have to make, and this is actually a serious one, as we talked in the pre-match as well. So we are actually living in a very tough times, and it is only our job as a responsible citizen to adhere to all the COVID-19 related protocols and keep yourself and keep your family safe in this particular time, because all of us, if we can fight this disease together, and that is the only way we can overcome this. And we have to be together in this. We have to stay together, and we have to also maintain social distancing, and also we have to also maintain avoid going out for any kind of purposes. So there is actually a lot of instruction that we need to say, but as we all are responsible citizens, we have to also adhere to the fact that we have to keep on celebrating the game that we love by staying indoors and watching it on television, on or any platform, because that is the only way we can find joy in this difficult time. So I really hope that everyone stays safe and takes care of themselves and their family and friends. So till then, I hope you all have a great night. Thank you, Ajay. Thank you, Kaustup. And thank you everyone for tuning in the comment section. And those who have watched this show, please make sure to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, and also follow us on Instagram, because we always come in with daily content and even weekly podcast show, and your support means massively to us. So keep on supporting us, and we will join you tomorrow as well. So till then, take care. Good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night, guys. Bye.